having a fear of missing out. I must say, I'm having a fear of missing out.
Are you having some FOMO? Are you having some FOMO?
Some FOMO. But it's all good because, you know, this too shall pass. Let me just go ahead and do the introductions. First of all, I'm like super duper excited because, you know, make sure that part of this Black Travel Talks series included real strategic information to make sure those like me who are having that FOMO and may just decide to risk it all and, you know, take a journey someplace, that we do it smart, we do it strategic. I like to think of it like search engines are so 2019, right?
You know, and while that sounds like a short time away, I mean, honestly, 2020, I mean, that all that came before it is just no more.
No more. What I do realize is that, you know, even though we're not traveling like we used to, you know, we still need to stay updated as to, you know, what's going on out here, because these internet streets will have you think that things are back to normal. And, you know, time and time again, you know, I think we leap first and then pay the price later. But tonight, I'm honored and so happy to welcome Yolanda Josey, who is an expert in the South Pacific region, is our travel strategist, our travel advisor. I just wanted to bring you back on to really cover why having a travel advisor, a travel strategist is more important now than ever to hire someone like you with your qualifications. And yeah, so if you could just take it from there.
Yeah, so of course, I'm the owner of All For You Travel. My name is Yolanda Josey. Hi, everyone. And it's been a year. And as you know, people are getting furloughed. A lot of things are going on. Positions have changed. So the position that you find yourself in right now may have truly have done a 180 change, including the role of a travel advisor. You know, the requirements have changed, systems have changed, and the expectations have changed. Mm-hmm. And so it's not only for us, but for you. You know, you want to travel differently. You want to travel better. I always have it on my line, #travel better, because that's what is needed for your safety, for, you know, just for security when you travel. So the first thing that you want to, when you are looking for a travel advisor, you know, you want to be in contact with them and make sure they're in contact with you, just about building a relationship. You know, you would want to have that trust with them, talking with them, emailing, texting. These are things that gain a relationship. Someone that you can say, okay, you know, I definitely want to, you know, have you research, strategize, and execute. Those are the big three things that, for me, that I look forward to doing: researching, strategizing, and executing this trip of a lifetime. You know, there's pesky things going that you just don't know about, that you just don't want to worry about. This is just something that you want to reach out for a travel consultant on. So number one, you want to save time and money. So altering plans is pesky, is worrisome. We know that as one, for me, you can build a trip to, let's say, New Orleans, right? You can build a trip, right? And then all of a sudden it gets canceled. I want to let you know that my brother and 2 nephews came out last week, but guess what? Their trips got canceled. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times. It got moved. And he just happened to see it in an email.
This was a domestic flight, right? This was
a domestic flight from New York to Vegas. New York to Vegas.
Wow.
They moved them to Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. They moved them to Los Angeles. We don't know why. They didn't give a reason, but they changed them 3 different times. So they had to rent a car. Things changed. So they had to rent a car. This is something that they didn't go through. They didn't go through me.
I bet you they will moving forward.
They will be doing that from now on. They didn't go through me because, you know, it's in your mind, you're thinking this is easy. You're only going to Vegas, right? Guess what? They got changed 3 times.
And
they
not
got
just
moved
to
to
Vegas. Think
LA.
about that. From New York to Vegas. So you would think New York being a major metropolitan city with 3 airports, right?
Yes.
Three airports that are considered New York, but we have one in Jersey and then 2 in the boroughs, that it would be easy for them to just book them on another flight from New York to Vegas. But instead, they had to fly to California, and then they ended up having to
LA, and then they rented a car.
Wow.
And then they drove to Las Vegas and stayed at a timeshare. So imagine that. This is just domestic. Now imagine you were doing a trip of a lifetime to Tahiti. And you did this on your own. Imagine that, and how the changing around. This is not going, it's easy to rent a car in Vegas, but what about in Tahiti?
Right.
What about if you're going to Fiji?
Right.
So these are things to think about.
If you have a connecting flight, let's say you're going to an international destination, you have a connecting flight, you have no accommodations reserved at this because you're only supposed to be at the airport for a couple of hours, and then your flight gets canceled 3 or 4 times. Like, this is real, and this is really happening, and I see this every week. Stories and hear about stories of people being stuck. So Sonia, you're right. So
that's one instance. Now the other instance, I had a client who I booked a trip for. Okay, things got changed. It had to get canceled. Guess what? She gave me a call and said, handle it. And guess what happened? It was handled in less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. By me. By moi. Yeah, absolutely. That's what let you know. It was handled in less than 30 minutes. There are people still trying to get their trips canceled and getting a refund to this day. We're talking about cruises. We're talking about land packages. And I know that for a fact, people are still trying to get money back and refunds. People that did it on their own.
Right.
We need to truly, truly look into, hiring a travel consultant. I say travel advisor. I say consultant because we are strategizing. We are researching. We are the ones that you turn to when things take a turn.
Right.
When things take a turn, and you want to be prepared for that. And let's say you want to go on your honeymoon in Tahiti. Do you want to focus on that? Do you want to focus your time in getting customer service on the line? And customer service has changed also.
Right.
As far as getting someone on the line, that is no more. You can try, all right, but you can try your best.
Right. 3 hours later, you may still be trying,
and you'll be frustrated, and it just puts a damper on this trip of a lifetime. This is where I come in. This is what the things that we take care of that you're just not able to get through on your own. Even with the time of emails, they have to go through many emails. Right. But I know that travel consultants do get priority and get taken care of much quicker because they know what's on the line. They know that this is business. Saving time and money is huge. The next one is up to the minute changes, is what we talked about. Just for an example, a huge example, Bali. Everyone knows in my post that yes, we're going next year. Yes, we are. Things have changed. Things have changed.
And now, if you did not go through a travel specialist, strategist, advisor, you now have to be responsible for trying to get refunded, for trying to adjust
your
credit.
And even get a credit.
Exactly. Whereas if you had someone who had booked that trip for you, matter of fact, listen, I may not have even had to make a call to you. You probably would have called me. These are our options. This is what I recommend that you do. And then I make a decision, and that would have been it. I wouldn't have to have called anyone, pretty much.
Absolutely. When I speak to other people, that is probably the biggest thing, to take care of that for them. When my client called me and another one called me, they're just like, please take care of this. And then my brother, who is boisterous and he is barking on the phone, because he didn't go through me, and that's okay, because you know what, you're thinking it's domestic, right? You're not thinking anything. Just book this trip, and it's simple. Just get my sister for the international stuff, and I get that. But it was very shocking. But just for the frustration, because he had 2 boys with him. He had 2 teenage boys with him. So and things are changing with school. So they had to move a lot of dates around, and it was very unfortunate. But it's something that can't be helped. Right. And let's talk about another thing: travel insurance. If you did not book, and I say internationally with travel insurance, I am guilty of, back in the day. I am, okay, in my 20s, okay, of traveling without travel insurance. Is no longer an option. Okay, it's no longer an option. You cannot travel without travel insurance anymore. Maybe in 2018. But we're not moving forward internationally anymore, everyone, without travel insurance. This is for your protection. Your protection, travel agents' protection, is for everyone. It's for those extra dollars is for your comfort and safety.
Right.
And I can't tell you enough how important travel insurance and getting the right travel insurance, and that's something that a travel consultant can do for you, because there's some that's really good for domestic, and there's some that's really good for international. That's something that can be discussed in planning and executing your trip of a lifetime.
So basically, you help to provide peace of mind at the end of the day. When it's all said and done, we know for the foreseeable future will be a little chaotic trying to, travel freely,
maneuver,
exactly, to move freely. And so with that being said, should there be any challenges or issues, travel advisors, travel strategists offer peace of mind to the traveler, so that they don't have to be worried about if something goes wrong, that I have to figure it out myself. Or have to, especially think about being in another country where you don't speak the language, or even domestically where you are strapped for cash. Like, you want the most efficient and effective way to alter your plan. So let me just recap what you said. So your first point was you assist with saving time and money. Well, you're not
saving time and money, and when we save time, we do have peace of mind. When we save time, we save money, and we have peace of mind.
And
absolutely,
you will probably mitigate whatever losses you may have, because you have somebody on the inside, who knows what's going on before any of us do, who can navigate before we even know there's a problem. So that leads to also the peace of mind. So that's point 1. Point 2, you talked about, so point 1 was the time and the money. Point 2 was
the up to the minute changes, in announcements, anything changing when you get over there. Research and strategizing is just not about, we're not just trying to find a great pool for you, right? Because that's important too. That's important. But we are doing the things that really you're not thinking about, because you shouldn't. You really shouldn't think about it. You should be thinking about getting to Tahiti or Fiji, or Bora Bora. You should be just thinking about what your spa treatment is going to be.
Exactly.
And let me think about if there's going to, let me think about the cleanliness of the hotel. Let me think about what are they doing to their hotel. We have to think about cleanliness now. We have to think about what the hotel, the resort is, how they're prepping to serve their clients. This is why, villas are great now. And a lot of secluded, the bungalow, overwater bungalows is going to be very popular. But other than that, what are they going to do? Eating, food handling. This is something that needs to be addressed now. And that's added. We never had to think about the utensil cleanliness. You like to hope that they wash, but it wasn't a big thing. You was going to get yourself a drink anyway. But now it's a real important thing now. You're thinking about these things. And while it's on your mind, I should be the one to take care of the specifics for you for that. Mm-hmm.
Right. And that great point, because like you said, that's why I have to repeat, search engines are so 2019.
That might be my motto. That might be my motto. I might have to take that from you, Kim.
Listen, because there are things that we don't even think about to ask when we're booking a trip, right? Because we're looking for the biggest bang for your buck, so to speak, right? So
yeah.
You want a 7-star experience at a 3-star price tag, right? So it was like we checked off certain boxes. We wanted to make sure the resort had this, and that. We wanted to make sure our flight was either direct or stopped through this country. But now, in addition to all of that, you want to find out what protocols they're using. I mean, who really thinks to ask some of these detailed questions? And not only ask the questions, know what the answers should be, you know, because there may be something new and improved that came out on how to decontaminate areas.
Yeah, right. I mean,
you know?
This is something that's new for all of us. All of us. You never had to think about it. You never had to think about it till now. So why are you thinking about it when you're trying to get married and have your honeymoon?
Or not,
you know, or why are you trying to get your family out
you
to
just
somewhere
want
special?
A vacation. You have 2 weeks off. And you want a vacation where you could just totally disconnect and not have to worry about getting back home. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. As someone who knows how a lot of, you know, wealthy non-Black people move in this travel game, very few of them are on search engines booking trips.
You best believe, absolutely. You are so right about that. Absolutely.
Many of
they
them
have a travel consultant, they call them planners. They're planners, and they have on speed dial.
And it's not because not because it's expensive, it's because they want to not have to worry about that. They want to focus on what is at hand, and that is having a vacation. You know, so because I also know when you have a travel agent or a travel strategist, those flights that they tell you at the airport that's only available are not actually the only flights that are available.
Exactly. They're available for they're not available for you. Exactly. But you know, but if I made a call, that's the thing. That is the huge difference. And I'm glad you said that, because that was the difference between if my client used me or not. This was with, you know, a reputable airline, a great airline. A lot of people say they couldn't get through. I got through, and it was taken and done. I say less than 30 minutes. Now, let me make this straight. If you are stranded in Mexico or any other place, it got delayed, it got canceled. You know, you can't bring that flight to life. However, make sure that your accommodations immediate, that things are changed, that things are taken care of immediate, as fast as possible, and it's to the comfort, you know, as comfortable as possible, because it is uncomfortable no matter what, of getting your flight transferred, canceled. But please, can I get you another one as quickly as possible? And
finding the best lodging options that won't rob you, basically, because think about it. Now you're stuck in a place. You have to find last minute
they know it
options, and most places now don't even think about putting you in a hotel. They can care less. They're like, oh no, you can sleep on that chair right there. So yeah, moving forward, I don't even think, unless I'm just going to visit family someplace, you know, where I have lodging options should things change. But for any other trip moving forward, you know, I don't even want to have the headache of having to think about what if something goes wrong. I want to know that I have somebody on my team that if something does go wrong, it's handled. It's handled.
Which brings me to the third point, and it's going to be really quick, is that you're never alone, and there's always additional perks. You know, an amazing travel consultant needs to be with you, of course, in executing the trip, research and planning the trip and executing it. They need to be with you during the trip. So if need be, you need to pick up the call and say, you know what, I'm not liking this, something is off. I need to make sure, okay, with the manager. make sure I let me take care of that. And you know what? And when you get back, let's have a conversation. Let's communicate. So you're not just left alone hanging. Because if you are left alone hanging, then what was the point? You might as well do a Google search.
Right.
Right. If you were left doing everything else, then what was the point? So, you know, this is just something that I believe that makes a travel consultant extraordinary. Being there during and post the trip of a lifetime. And it is extremely important. And that is just something that I want to do, something that I would want for myself from a travel consultant. Okay.
And you know, as we're talking, I thought of this when I went to Morocco last year. So quickly, I went to Spain. I flew into Spain, and then from Spain, I flew to Morocco. And I took one airline. I think I took Iberia Airlines from Madrid to Morocco, and then I took Ryanair back from Morocco to Madrid. And the airlines are so different with their fees, right? So coming back on Ryanair, it was so crazy that they were charging people. Of course, they charge you if you check bag, if you carry on a bag. But if you did not print out your boarding ticket, it was $100.
Oh my!
$80 if you did not print it out, and $100 if you did not print out. It was $80 and $100 for something, and I can't tell you how many people were standing on the sideline because they didn't have $80 or $100, and Ryanair was not playing. It was not like, okay, it was not like, okay, you don't have it, okay, we'll send you a bill. It was like, okay, you better have somebody do something, and you could only pay by credit card or I forgot what currency. Because then if you didn't have their currency, let's say you had US dollars, you had to go to the currency exchange place.
See, I'm thinking of two very large men standing by the door, making sure you don't enter. You know, this is scary.
No, and this was before you even got to security. You could not even get to security. You had to check in. And so I'm saying all that to say, now I'm going to admit, I did not have a travel agent who did that by the grace of God. I read the fine print that said, if you do not print this story. So saying all that to say, there are so many things that are coming to me now that make it even more absolute that traveling without a travel advisor, a travel strategist, it's just not for me anymore. I definitely want to invite anyone who's looking to travel now or in the distant future, or in the not too distant future, to reach out to Yolanda. She's offering complimentary consultations. Basically, she'll, walk you through what you're looking to do.
You know what? We're gonna have a chat. I want to see what your dreams are, what your plans are, and just going back and forth and just seeing what you like, what you desire, and what you're looking for, and see if we're a great fit to move forward. And I see you, holistic traveler. I see you that you're in Vietnam. That's wonderful. Black person living in Vietnam. I got lots of questions. That's wonderful. So I see you guys, and I put something in my story today. It says, Google will not give you a bottle of champagne waiting for you in your hotel room, but a travel consultant will.
There you go. Listen,
along with travel insurance, travel insurance and security. Okay, we're here to facilitate ease and worry-free trip of a lifetime for you.
So we do have a question from Bayesian Desire. And her question is, hey, Bayesian Desire.
Hi, Bayesian Desire.
What happens if you are hospitalized while on an overseas vacation? So let me repeat that. What happens if you are hospitalized while on an overseas vacation? This is
excellent question. Let me tell you why it's an excellent travel insurance. And once again, I am so guilty of not of going international. This is back in the day, guys. This is once I say decades ago, but yes, you must have, that's why it's so important to have travel insurance. If you're hospitalized while overseas on a vacation without travel insurance, I just think, I can't tell you the cost that it will cost you, thousands upon thousands. This is international, so you can't enforce American health care when you don't have any because you didn't get travel insurance. So it's a really important, because it's to match you up to wherever you're going, whether it's Tahiti, Vietnam, Bali, Bora Bora, Fiji, that you are matched with the right travel insurance, and that the fine print says it covers hospitalization. It must. Just don't go. Because if that is your one of the main concerns, it's an excellent question. Travel insurance.
Yeah. And let me just add that, there are certain credit cards that claim to offer health insurance while, traveling. But again, I would, before you even just go off of that, get the documentation from said credit card company as to exactly what that means. Because that could mean, let's say you're in a remote place and you, God forbid, have a heart attack and there's not a hospital for 100 miles and you have to be medevaced or airlifted. That insurance may not cover you being medevaced or airlifted. So
that's right.
Make sure, because I know I did see a meme this week where it was like, hey, what type of health insurance what type of travel insurance do you have or do you get? And the answer was like, me, I call it the blood of Jesus.
I saw that one too.
Exactly. So it's like people just really don't even think about it. But now if you don't think about it, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what it, really comes down to in this as well.
Sweet.
Because high five. But it's true. And I don't want us to risk it all like that, because you can literally be wiped out. It's better safe than sorry. And I think, I've heard, again, too many horror stories, and you go over there with your little Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield card and you in Chile or, in Peru or something. And you're like, wait, I got Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield. And they're looking at you like, yeah, and that'll be $5,750. The doctor will not see you until it's paid in full. So, so definitely let's just be smart.
We laugh, but it's serious. And we're not even if you fall during a while water skiing and you sprain your ankle. Just something simple that happens all the time. We're not talking, maybe it's a few hundred here in the States, but it won't be wherever you're going. And it's just, you step outside the U.S. and they can take you for whatever. And absolutely. So just travel insurance, everyone, I know is just not something, if you're willing to pay to get to Tahiti and all these exotic places for a trip of a lifetime, secure it with a travel insurance. You'll never regret it.
So again, we just want us to be smart travelers. We want us to understand. So
we want to travel better.
Wanted to
travel better.
Travel better, and know that there's ways to do that without breaking the bank. Like people get so nervous, and you're always looking for the cheapest way to get from point A to point B, instead of taking the most strategic way, to get from point A to point B. So I just really want us to be travel smart, and I would be doing a disservice if I didn't, tell where I am right now, because again, I'm somebody who used search engines to travel in the past, but I'll say it one more time, that was so 2019. And moving forward, if we're not, thinking about every aspect moving forward when we think about traveling, something's bound to happen. We're bound to get caught out there. So it's, let's not get caught out there, basically. We're going to make this thing make sense. We're going to, make sure that people understand that travel advisors are out there, and they have been for years. It's just, the internet just kind of, made it appear that that's not what we needed, but we do need that. So I don't want to keep rambling. I do want to once again say that Yolanda Josey is the president and owner of All For You Travel. She is one of the most pleasant people I can think about referring for someone. And that's what you want too. Not only somebody that's good, but somebody that's pleasant, somebody that you want to do business with, right?
Thank you so much.
And so she is here to offer a consultation, a conversation, even if you're just at the beginning stages. So Yolanda's having people, still book honeymoons. She's having people book weddings. She's having group people, book trips. And so I highly recommend reaching out to her again. But if anyone has, travel plans for places outside of the places we just talked about, the South Pacific Islands, Yolanda can help you with those too. So again, thank you, Yolanda. Thank you for doing the job for us that many of us do not want to do,
Thank you for having me. It's so much,
person.
and I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I appreciate it.
And Yolanda's located on the West Coast. So just to let you know that if you reach out to her on East Coast time, know that she's 3 hours behind and she will get to you as soon as she can. But again, if you're looking for someone who can help you navigate these very questionable waters, definitely Yolanda can. So thank you. Again, support a Black-owned business. Thank you. Bye.